Okay, so I have this green Surface Designed, still in process piece of fabric, which again is cotton. And I'm going to place it down on the table on the same pad that I just did the red on. I'm leaving the red. It's wet, it's kind of sticky, and in my work, I like to connect the pieces, so I leave products from the first piece so that they will combine on the second piece, and then everything I've done is connected. So I'm going to spread this out and get the purpley blue ready to go. Well, the leftover product wasn't quite wet enough, so I've taken my sprayer, sprayed it, and then used the bottom of the sprayer as a tool to put it down in the red. You can see it's seeping through slightly. But as it sits there over time, it will seep into the fabric. Let's look over here. Nice, I like that. Let's pull a little more in there. I like it. And here. Okay. So now you can see that's one of the ways that I work. Something unusual happened with this piece. I used a screen that was made with water-insoluble glue and made circles all over it, just like that. That is the screen. Okay, so I put it down on the fabric and screened through mostly very light colored dyes. Here's a blue that went through, right there, and a gray-brown, a couple of spots with a little bit of red in them. There's some more blue, and you can see the red in the background here. Most of this was done with a breakdown process where the colors were already on the screen and dried from previous work, and so I just used some sodium alginate mixture, the thickened mixture, and screened directly from what was left from previous screenings. Okay, this is an experiment. I haven't done this before. This is a purple-blue hydrangea-colored dye. It has sodium alginate, soda ash, and urea water in it. I'm going to make some big circles here. There's one. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to go away and come back after I've completed it to show you. Okay, so here are just 3. I'm not going to put them real tightly all over because I want them to be prominent but yet give a sense of space. So some of the things I've learned over the years in screening and design, for my style of work compared to other people, I like the breaks that are left as the dye is being deposited through the bottle tip. I like those breaks. Some people would not be happy, here's some more, with that. They're going to want their work to be connected and more balanced, so to speak. Some people would use the word perfect. My style is to let it be as it comes. It sounds a little far out there, but it's almost like I'm channeling some source that works with me, or through me, or both, to develop the piece of work, to create. I've pulled the fabric down the table so I can work on the next section of it, as you can see down there. However, it left this circle hanging over the edge. Now, I'm just wondering if this dye will drip some. You would think it would, but it's pretty thick. So we'll check back and see later. In the meantime, I'll work on the other end. Okay, here's a little more of what's been done. Now this one in particular was placed on top of the purple to bring the purple circles that have just been dyed into the piece, coordinating it with this purple background. Over here, this piece adds a sense of infinity, the feature of the circle extending off the edge of the fabric. And the continuation of dimension and space. The smaller the circle, the further away. The bigger the circle, the closer it is. That's just how it works. Okay, so I've had an urge, and that usually means we're going to do something we've never done before. This is plain water. That is dye. I am spritzing it to help it bleed into the surrounding dry fiber. Let's do that. I'm going to do that all over this baby, wherever there are circles of dye. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that, and then I'm going to come back and let you see what it looks like once it's had some time to seep out into the dry areas. Oh, it's kind of nice how those green circles are popping through the back there. Things always look better when they're wet. Okay, here we are about 5 or 6 minutes into the process. Now see how that red works in there? It adds something that definitely would not have been there if I had not brought it forward. Let's see about this one. Boy, that was really moving there. I like it. I like those bumps in the visual texture. Oh, look at this one. Oh my goodness gracious. Life is grand, isn't it? Yes. Makes me smile when I'm creating like this. All the rest of my worries disappear. Okay, so now all of these circles and partial circles of dye, it's extending over my ironing board, have been sitting here for a while. These two I added most recently. This one got very wide and thick, and so I added some circles around it. Notice the red behind it. Boy, if dyes would stay as vibrant as they are when they're wet, things would be amazing, wouldn't they? Here's the one that went on with the purple background. Very nice in there. Here's the big mama. Oh, I really like what this one did. It was kind of hanging down the front of the ironing board, and so it dripped a bit. I like it. And there's one, and then there's the original one that was hanging is still hanging. Let's check it out. Not so bad. It's getting blown by the fan, so it's probably going to dry differently than the others. Okay, and I've had another urge to add yellow. I want some of these greens to be brighter, and I know that yellow is the complement of purple. So my thoughts are that adding yellow can make the purple jump and the green brighter. So let's try it. Alrighty then, I've mixed up my yellow. It's a clear yellow. Of course, it's from Dharma Trading. I'm going to add some to this purple. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it'll sink in. And here. There I am. We're going to add, it's a little runnier than the other. There. And here. And here. And here. And here. Pretty amazing, huh? Just get it on there. Now, hang on, I need 2 hands for this. Okay, there's the final one. So here they are all together. Ooh, look at that one. Oh man, I just love this. Oh, look at the colors in there. Now remember, they're going to change when they're washed. They're going to be much lighter. Now notice not only the circles of dye, but the circles behind. The smaller green circles that are all over the fabric. I'm going to take, this is a day of experimentation. I'm going to take the red screen that I used on the previous piece and add yellow dye and screen, which is going to give us, yes, orange.